Instead of just thinking about Fibonacci levels in terms of which ones are more important, like 0.618 or 0.382, it's often more useful to think of it as a kind of proportional measuring tool. In this example, the Fibonacci retracement is placed on an uptrend that has recently reversed sharply. And you will notice that when swing points emerge and price changes direction, it has a tendency to move with relative ease for 1 to 2 fib levels before momentum is needed to sustain the move. Next example, a really clear uptrend again, in this case, originating from a double bottom reversal. So we can again place a fib retracement from the low to the high of the uptrend. And similar to the last example, since this is a moderate to large range, it's more likely that not all swing points will run neatly through all retracement levels, or be covered at all. Nonetheless, we can still see the same core ideas in play. In fact, to an even greater extent, since there are moves going through 3 or more fib levels in some cases. Generally, these kinds of moves end up producing key reversals that are more significant in the medium to long-term context. Even if, for example, the first downswing in the downtrend only goes 2 fib levels before rebounding back up temporarily. Though in many cases, like this recovery back up to previous highs, going through 3 fib levels, price can often get overextended and make much larger reversals, even if, like here, there is some congestion, instead of just quick, sharp swing points. In the end, this drop turns out to be a major move, which even continues under the initial double bottom range. In order to adapt, it's quite easy to just move the lower point to these upswing points after the double bottom completed, so that the first 3 extension levels after the retracement range come up closer to where the recent neutral to bullish movement occurred. This placement is just as valid as the larger fib retracement we originally used, because many of the levels, whether they be retracement or extension levels, run through key swing points in the past. Different market, different time frame this time. It's Solana on the weekly chart, covering a much larger price and time range. Yet the same principles still apply. Generally, price can move through 2 fib levels relatively easily. And when it goes 3 or more fib levels, without any clear swing points, a larger reversal is more likely. And like before, this large drop ends up leaving the retracement range. Next example, there's a clear downtrend to base a fib retracement on. And just as expected, price rising through 4 fib levels towards clear medium-term resistance does end up seeing a bearish retracement. What's different here is there's just enough bullish momentum, especially with that volume spike, to avoid dropping more than 2 fib levels, even though the chart was technically bullishly overextended. In this kind of context, when there's a major continuation, it is normal to see price retrace 1 or 2 fib levels before continuing the larger trend, usually with at least above average volume or volume at average levels for a longer period of time. As price rockets higher and bullish volume stays at or slightly above average levels, price is returning close to previous highs, where there's obvious long-term resistance, along with the fact that it will have risen 3 fib levels from the upswing point in the bullish continuation range. We can also look at proportions with the fib extension tool, where with this kind of continuation, it's likely the second half of the move will be roughly equal to the first half. So as price nears those major highs and resistance, we can also narrow down the top of the range with the 1 and 0.786 levels of the fib extension tool. Then even though there is volatile bearish price action, we see that even though the first few downswings only drop through 2 retracement levels, it is a significant turning point in the long-term context. In fact, even with these rapid price fluctuations, the original retracement levels do a good job at running through contentious trading. And even with that recent near vertical drop, price did slow down and even rebound after falling through and contacting 3 fib levels. It is also possible to check that reverse option to change the direction of the levels when this major trend reversal begins. Or you could also place a new fib retracement from the low to the high of that prior uptrend for similar results, with levels running through a lot of the same swing points. Then, especially with stock charts where gaps are more common, It's a similar idea. Even if a large price range is covered when price moves through 3 or more fib levels, the chances of a major event happening become more likely, whether that be the start of a reversal or a major pause where price flattens before continuing the trend. When it's a case where there are gaps in a very large, long-term trend, it's usually preferred to place a fib retracement on the swing point just before the gap emerged, so as to get more moderate proportions that aren't spread out so wide. And in some extreme cases, like in this near vertical drop, a retracement can be placed with one sharp swing point that is part of the gap, either as the gap candle or the candle marking the gap fill candle, like in this case. When there is a sharp end or significant correction to a large trend, and there's a clear reversal formation like a double bottom and a gap fill, it is possible to just place a fib retracement based on those kinds of features to something like a clear, sharp downswing, where the fib retracement can, but doesn't necessarily have to start on the swing point that appeared just before a gap formed. So there are actually several options in this kind of scenario, and they generally produce good, reliable retracement levels that run through clear swing points and continuations in the past, and can also regularly have gap-related candles running through extension or retracement levels. Then when we try those earlier swing points going backwards, the retracement range, and therefore the proportions between all the retracement and extension levels widen. And that produces less precision, but generally significant and/or larger reversals and continuations, including gaps, will be covered by the fib levels. Here's a similar kind of example, where we can see many of the same concepts, except in this case, it's a much more consistently bearish chart, where even when there aren't significant spikes in selling volume and large red candles, there is consistent selling volume and red candles. And that leads to several notable instances where price will move through 3 or more fib levels without any swing point, and keep going lower, but there will still often be a minor but noticeable pause where price flattens at a fib level before dropping lower. When there are clear landmarks to reference, like a triple top range with a gap down completing it, it's quite useful to place a fib retracement on that range of the triple top from low to high. Even though the retracement levels and first few extension levels are crammed closer together, the wider spacing between the extension levels later on still manages to see the projection of approximate support as the downtrend kicks into full gear. An alternative way to identify support is, of course, to place a fib retracement on points during the prior uptrend. And as usual, we would want to cover a range that isn't too narrow or too large, and try to cover key swing points with fib retracement levels in the past so that they may have more reliability in the future. But as good as using just horizontal retracement and extension levels is, it's still useful to add other layers of analysis, like the element of time with something like the fib time zone tool. Intersections between time zone lines and horizontal fib levels can then potentially mark more precise areas in price range and time duration where more significant events could happen, like reversals and continuations. To learn more about the Fibonacci time zone tool and every other Fibonacci tool, please check out the link in the description and pinned comment.